Hello, you guys. Yeah, I'm not gonna be on long. Child, I look so hot mess. I've been up cleaning up. I'm gonna wait for you all to start getting the notifications. How is everybody doing? Yeah, I'm doing good. I've been up early cleaning up, taking the garbage out, and I'm gonna cook. I'm gonna bake some turkey wings. I really want to grill them. I think I might grill them and some yams. I wish I had some greens, but I refuse to buy greens in a can. I normally go buy greens, have my mama to pick. I pay her to pick them. What's up, Diane? Diane, I ain't forgot about you, boo. You know we're gonna take care of you today. I decided to get a video out the way. How is everybody doing? Love Hatchet Memphis really cutting up National Guard. Yeah, Trump said it, child. And the leaders are totally outraged. So we're going to talk about that. Hopefully we can get some. I want to know what, but everybody has been looking at Memphis. I want to know what everybody's thinking, how everybody feel about the National Guard. Wait a minute, what's going on? Hey, what y'all doing? Because when I hear you making noises and stuff, I have to make sure you ain't over there humping on her. She said, let's talk a little junk. I'm all happy today. I'm happy every day, though. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Normally around this season, I don't be feeling the fall weather. It's beautiful outside today, though. It is. It's so beautiful. It's really nice. It's a little hot, but it's a little hot, but it's nice. It's 91, but it's still like a nice little breeze. The feds are coming where I'm from because they're not reporting the killings here. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Like, share, and subscribe. Y'all know we normally wait like 5 minutes. Hey, babe. What's up? What you doing? So, what you got on your mind? No, whatever on your mind. I shouldn't have said it like that, huh? I said I shouldn't have said it like that. Oh, okay. Getting ready to do a show. No. I'm at home. Well, no. Well, up to the studio. Hmm. I'm coming over and doing what? No. No. Hmm. You miss me? But okay. It sounds like to me you mad you mad at me about something. I ain't treat you like I ain't. Oh Lord. Okay. All right. Well, when out. What time? What time you want to come over? Not now. A couple hours. I gotta get ready. I don't want you to see me looking a hot mess. I mean, cleaning up and stuff. Okay, I'll call you. That's just that. This is 1:30. That's an hour and a half, right? I know I'm out. Okay, well, I'll call you at 3. Oh Lord. Okay. All right. All right. Bye. Oh shit. I thought the thing was anyway. Oh yeah. I'm sorry. Straight to the point. Said, "Hey Tam, pray for our family. They're giving my uncle a month to live." Oh, I will definitely pray for your family. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I forgot what I was going to talk about. Um, oh, Lord. Okay, so I want to talk about you guys. I'm sorry. I wanted to talk about President Trump said that he's sending the National Guard into Memphis. And I think I had talked about, I was like, y'all, what's going to end up happening is some of those rich people, okay? Some of the rich people are going to start getting mad, okay? A lot of because Tennessee, this Memphis is a Democratic city, but the state of Tennessee is a Republican city. I told y'all it's a lot of loan money in Tennessee. And so I said, what's going to end up happening is um, some of those, somebody's going to get mad. Somebody's going to get a hold to Trump, and he's going to protect the interest of the people that has supported him. Okay. So let's pull that up, you guys. And they coming. The black leaders in Memphis are totally outraged. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. I think I have it on my page. Y'all make sure you guys please like, share, and subscribe. Okay, here it is. Here it is right here.
He said, sir, Memphis would be, but we're going to straighten out the crime in these cities. He said, sir, Memphis would be good because he's on the board of FedEx. He said, when I walk 1 block to my hotel, they won't allow me to do it. They put me in an armored vehicle with bulletproof glass to take me 1 block. He said, it's so terrible. I said, let me ask you a question. So we're going to Memphis. I'm just announcing that now, and we'll straighten that out.
Nationalguard.
National Guard and anybody else we need. And by the way, we'll bring in the military too if we need it. But National.
Well, y'all heard it. Y'all heard it. He says, by the way, we'll bring in the military too if we need to. Hey, I'm going to tell y'all how I feel about it too. I know a lot of people have a difference of opinion as it relates to that, but the Memphis leaders are totally outraged. Hold on. Okay, here it is, you guys. Hold on. And I'm going to tell y'all.
The hardest thing is to get started. You have to get it on paper.
Of Memphis that is standing here in solidarity. There are people from all different backgrounds. There's elected officials. I want to thank Representative Cohen for being here, Representative Parkinson, City Councilman Ford. I see the chair of the County Commission is here, Shantae Avant, as well as Mikhail Lowry from the County Commission. We have business leaders, clergy, community members. We're all standing in solidarity for Memphis. And I know we have a lot of press here. This press conference will probably get broadcast in a lot of different places. And as the eyes
of
the world are on Memphis, I want the world to know that Memphis stands together. This morning, we learned that the president and the governor are looking to bring federal resources to our city, which include the National Guard, which they have the authority to do. I want to be clear, I did not ask for the National Guard, and I don't think it's the way to drive down crime. However, that decision has been made. And as mayor of the city that I love, of Memphis, Tennessee, my commitment is to make sure that we work strategically to ensure that this happens in a way that truly benefits and strengthens our community. I want to note that we have been making progress as a city on reducing crime. 13% overall reduction in crime in 2024, 19% reduction in violent crime, 29% reduction in murders, 37% reduction.
Wait a minute, y'all. I gotta stop.
And that's in 2024.
Hold on, let me stop.
And on 2025, we're on pace to beat those numbers. We've been executing a very deliberate strategy.
Y'all, I gotta stop. Jessica Dime, y'all, I had to look and see because I've been seeing her come in here. Shout out to Jessica Dime from Love and Hip Hop. I thought that was her. She's on Love and Hip Hop. Jessica is also she's on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. She's also a an artist. I was looking at when I saw her in here a couple other times. I was like, oh, I think that's the girl from Love and Hip Hop. And I just checked her page out. That is absolutely her page. Shout out to Jessica.
Strategy, one that focuses on identifying the most violent individuals and groups in the city, and we've seen success.
Oh my God, Jessica, I got to tell you this. One day I was sitting in a nail shop over on Madison. And there was this lady that was getting her nails done. She was getting her nails done, and she was looking at, she was very friendly. So she was looking at her phone, and I said, "You like Love and Hip Hop Atlanta?" She said, "No, not really." She was like, "My stepdaughter is on, I look at it because my stepdaughter is on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta." And I was like, "Okay, what's your stepdaughter's name?" She was like, "Jessica." She was like, "Jessica Dime." I was like, "Really? That's your stepdaughter?" She was like, "Yeah." She was like, "They had just had your daughter." She's like, "We have a daughter, her baby all the time. She was just at our house." She was like, "She was married to your father, and they kept your baby and stuff a lot." I was like, "Oh my goodness." And then for you to be in my chat, shout out to Jessica. When you started coming into the chat, I saw you 2 other times. And I was like, I think that's her. And I was able to just click on your link, and it went right back to your page. Thank you for coming. She's a fellow Memphian, y'all. So y'all show Jessica some love. I'm very proud of you, Jessica.
City Councilman Ford. I see the chair of the county commission is here, Shantae Avant, as well as Mikhail Lowry from the county commission. We have business leaders, clergy, community.
She said, "Oh, yep, my stepmom, Net. You know, she just lost her mom, Barbara Neely at Interstate Bar." No, I didn't know that. I didn't know that, Jessica. She says, "Thank you so much. I'm very proud of you too. You make the city look and sound damn good." Thank you, darling. Thank you, Jessica. When I started looking at you on Love and Hip Hop, and Jocelyn Hernandez started coming at you, I was like, that's gonna be one right there that Jocelyn ain't gonna be able. She from Memphis. Jocelyn ain't gonna be able to handle her. Thank you, Jessica, for coming into the chat. I'm gonna have to pull up some of your stuff. When I finish with this, I'm gonna pull up. Jessica, I don't know if you done been in here sometimes when they get me mad when I get to cussing. I be mad as hell. I'm like, the South Memphis coming out. Thank you for coming into the chat, Jessica. Oh my God, I gotta tell my mama. Because my mama was looking at Love and Hip Hop because she liked you on there, and she liked K. Michelle on there because y'all was from Memphis.
Community members, we're all standing in solidarity for Memphis. And I know we have a lot of press here. This press conference will probably get broadcast in a lot of different places. And as the eyes of the world are on Memphis, I want the world to know that Memphis stands together. This morning, we learned that the president and the governor are looking to bring federal resources to our city, which include the National Guard, which they have the authority to do. I want to be clear, I did not ask for the National Guard, and I don't think it's the way to drive down crime.
Shout out to the Memphis girls. Memphis
has
rock.
been made. And as mayor of the city that I love, of Memphis, Tennessee, my commitment is to make sure that we work strategically to ensure that this happens in a way that truly benefits and strengthens our community. I want to note that we have been making progress as a city on reducing crime. 13% overall reduction in crime in 2024, 19% reduction in violent crime, 29%.
Jessica, I'm trying to put an event together. I would love it if, and I'm going to have all of the politicians there. I'm trying to get it together by December. And also I'm getting with nonprofit organizations to bring in nonprofit organizations to bring in the as they would call them, the YNs or whatever, and the youth. It would be so awesome if you could be there. That's definitely a way of giving back. Up under my nonprofit that my dad started, I want to tackle illiteracy. I think I've spoken about that. So I would love to work with you on some stuff. She said, I'll be there. Just let me know a date and time. You have my word. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jessica.
And reduction in murders, 37% reduction in car thefts, and that's in 2024. And on 2025, we're on pace to beat those numbers. We've been executing a very deliberate strategy, one that focuses on identifying the most violent individuals and groups in the city, and we've seen success. We've invested in a citywide camera network that provides the technology that allows us to capture criminals more quickly. We've recently had a successful FBI initiative in partnership with MPD that has produced significant results.
Thank you,
and because
Jessica.
of the work and the tireless efforts of our law enforcement, we're seeing double-digit percentage reductions in crime across the board. And I believe that what we should do is double down on those strategies that we know work. I think it's important that I say here as mayor that we know the work is not done. Our city is still far too high on too many of the bad lists. And we're committed to putting in the work to making sure that we do just that.
Look, Deshaun said, is that Jessica? That is the real Jessica Dime. It is the real Jessica Dime from Love and Hip Hop. She is Memphis cornbread fed, straight up out of Memphis, doing great things. Her husband I think he may be still playing basketball. I'm not sure, but he played in the NBA. Yes, that is the real Jessica Dime, the sexy Jessica Dime, representing from Memphis.
I want to speak to the reality that far too many Memphians feel. Just over the past couple of weeks, we had a beautiful 901 day celebration, our only holiday, the only holiday that we celebrate. No other place in the country, 901 day, beautiful celebration. The event was scarred at the end of the night after everything was over because we had teenagers that had a shootout. We had a home in Hickory Hill where 4 residents were shot in their own home. I had an event just last night, where I was walking through a festival, and there was a daughter that chased me down to hand me a letter that her mama had typed for her to give to me and put in my hand, where she talked about her son that passed away in 2018, and she's still looking for answers. So the pain of violence, we feel it. We know it all too well. To me, this is not about politics. This is not a political stunt for anybody up here. We're talking about real lives. So despite the reductions that we've seen, the crime is still too high and there's still too many victims. That said, we're going to continue to be laser focused on what it takes to reduce crime in our city. We know the National Guard is coming. My plan is to make sure that as mayor, I'm able to work with this community, with the governor, with the federal government, to ensure that the support that is provided supports the initiatives that we know work and not distract from our law enforcement efforts. There are questions that you all have that I'm not going to be able to give you an answer to today, but my team and I will be discussing those questions with the governor and the federal government. When will they come? How many people are going to come? How long will they be here? What are they going to wear? Where are they going to be geographically in the city? What assignments will they have? Those are all questions that we have and that we are going to work through together as a community. And the group that you see here today, as I mentioned earlier, it represents a diverse range of Memphians. I can tell you that there are some that support it and some that don't. But we're all right here together today. Because one thing we do have in common is a love for this city. Yeah. And I want to close with this, and then I'll open it up for questions. Let me say my ultimate goal after this short-term presence of individuals coming to the city, my ultimate goal is to make sure that we get a long-term partnership and commitment with the state, federal government, community partners, that we are going to address the root causes of violent crime, that we're going to be able to access resources for outreach and rehabilitation for people who may have already made bad decisions in their lives, that we're going to invest in the programs that truly address the trauma and much needed mental health services that are needed in our community, that we're going to invest in building a workforce and a pipeline where we're training young people for the trades and the jobs of the future and the ones that they can access quickly, where we're stabilizing communities by investing in housing and small business corridors throughout the city of Memphis. And most importantly, that we all remain committed to raising the level of hope in the hearts of the people that live in this community. Hope is about a clear image of the future and a true belief that that image can be achieved. And for far too many, that hope has been gone. And my goal as mayor is to make sure that all of the things that we do are all centered around elevating that hope. And let me lastly say that Memphis is a special city. It's a special place. We're different. We're already doing the work. And now the world is going to get an opportunity to watch us succeed.
Okay, so now let me just say this, because I know everybody have their, I guess their opinions as it relates to Paul Young. I think I've already spoken about how I feel about Paul Young. Hey, I knew his family and stuff and him when I was going to their church. Awesome people. I definitely supported Paul Young. I'm still in support of Paul Young. I kind of think that people expect, so you have to understand what Memphis, okay, so you had AC Wharton, okay, that was, he did a disservice to the city of Memphis, okay, and then you had Jim Strickland, who was really not much better, okay, but what he was able to do, Jim Strickland, was he was able to pander and gave out more grants, okay, to Black leaders, and so they kind of made him overrated, if you ask me, okay, because when AC Wharton was tearing up the city of Memphis, okay, Jim Strickland was his advisor, and he was sitting on the city council, and he was helping. My dad used to always say they set him up, but he was helping to tear the city of Memphis down. And so what he turned around and did was they made AC Wharton one of the worst mayors in the city of Memphis, in the history of mayors, okay, as far as what I can remember. And then they turned around and turned on him after they gave him all of this bad advice, okay, and Jim Strickland grazed the palms of a few Black leaders, and so they felt like, well, you know, hey, he was the best that we had, right? And it goes back to what I always say, because y'all know I don't cut no slack on a lot of these Black leaders who grew up in the community, okay, and they take money. But let me I'm gonna get on them in a few minutes, but I got to go back to Paul and them are real good people, okay? And so I said that to say this: you got about, let's see, 12 years of a mess that people wanted for Paul to step in. Be quiet. That people wanted for Paul to step in and fix within months. right? Paul is a good guy. Okay, he is a good guy. I mean, he brought in all of his own people. Of course, some people are going to be mad. Some people are going to be jealous because he stepped into a role and had the support. And there were leaders who had felt like they were career politicians who ain't did a damn thing for Memphis. And so what it do is it pisses me off because you have more Black politicians because Memphis is a chocolate city. Memphis is like 76% Black. A lot of these politicians that you see in office, they came from out of the hood. They came from these areas, North Memphis, South Memphis, all these areas, Raleigh, all these areas, right? And they know the hard times of the people that people are having because they grew up in these hard times. And then they get their ass in office and get up there and have the nerve to sell out the Black people, right? And so they sell out the Black people because there is nothing in place as a deterrence. Okay? At this point, they're doing us so bad. Okay? And it's a damn shame when you have people that look like you. But the problem with our community is that we vote based on name recognition and we vote based on race. Well, you know they Black. They's a Black, so we got to vote for them. No, if they haven't done anything for us, we don't reelect them. But we continuously reelect the same people because we don't vet them. We let them give us a song and a dance when it's time for reelection, and this is how people are able to play us, right? We ought to say we don't care if it's a damn mule in office. If they gonna do something for the poor Black community, okay? We don't accept that they steal from us and allow crime to be out of control and take money under the table just because they Black. We supposed to give it to them worse because they understand. They came from the same thing we came from and they got the nerve to be insensitive, right? They get into office and they do us back. They do us even worse. Let me tell you something. What my dad used to always say. A Black politician can do way worse than a Black sellout can do way worse than any white person could do. Because they could have them doing things that a white man or a white woman can't get away with. So those are the ones when they Black, we really need to watch them because when they could put them in a chokehold and they go doing anything to us because they insensitive. But they shouldn't be, but there's nothing in place. It's something in place in other communities. You don't see necessarily other communities selling out their community. Number one, mentally, they don't want to sell out their community. They want money to flow in their community. But we get up there and we sell out our community, okay, because of that slave mentality, and then it ain't no repercussions. But if they do in other communities start selling out their communities, okay, you know what happens? It's some repercussions in place. It ain't no repercussions for selling out Black people. We can't even come together and come on one accord to put something in place as a deterrence. If you sell us out, your career over, and then it's gonna be some repercussions. It ain't no repercussions, okay? And so that's why I have to get on some of the pastors because I've seen it. What they do is they understand the age range of those that vote, 35 and up. They understand that a lot of older people are diehard Christians. So if they can go to the pastor and get him money up under the table, the pastor will stand in front of his pulpit knowing that these politicians ain't did nothing, and the seniors are still having to determine whether they're going to pay their light bill or buy some food. But they'll stand in front of the pulpit and influence you to vote for a politician that ain't did a damn thing for the community. As long as they greasing their palms. But I told y'all it's something, we could put something in place for that too. You ain't getting no more damn tithes and offerings. I'm going to another church. And I'm going to get that pastor that is really for the community. You pull back your resources. That's how you get people to treat you right. Okay? And so people want to go at Paul Young. Paul is a good guy. Paul is a good person. So when they try to come at me and they say, well, you won't say nothing about Paul Young, I said, no, I'm not a thing, because I know he's a good person. Okay? I know that he is. And so because this man has to try to clean up mess within the community, okay, he's inherited a whole lot of stuff that I don't mean no harm, that the white mayor did, but they made him look good because the black leaders and politicians made him look good and covered for him because he was giving grants and stuff to their nonprofit organizations. Okay? And so that's why I said we got to open our eyes. And as far as the National Guard, something has to happen. Y'all, it's too many people. If something don't happen, it's too many damn folks. These young dudes are losing their lives. What I've noticed is a lot of the black politicians, we want the federal funds. The federal funds been coming in. What they doing to it? Are they putting it back into the urban communities? They know a lot of poor black people don't know anything about government and the funds that come into a city because of crime. Y'all, crime pays. Okay, so a whole lot of people, Paul walks on a tightrope when he say the National Guard. He says he ain't for it or against it. Paul know we need it. There has to be a deterrence in place when we see black men constantly killing each other or killing innocent people now, because there are no repercussions. Everybody can be bought out for $1 now. When I first got on here, I told y'all from the beginning, I said, listen, your mayor, your district attorney, and your sheriff, your district attorney, and your judges are the 3 most important people within your county. Every city got a county. People say, well, why? Because they can affect your life on a day-to-day basis. The sheriff, the judges, and the district attorney can get together and mess your life over. Okay? They can, because they control them courtrooms. You don't want a judge that can be bought out, letting folks out that is terrorizing the community. You don't want a judge that can be bought out, that could put an innocent man in jail and he know he's innocent. They sign off on a lot of them warrants and stuff. Okay? Jessica says Paul had to take a lot of mess that had already been made. But that's when you come in with something to prove. I just feel like Paul is walking on eggshells or something doesn't feel right. I feel like he's walking on eggshells. You're right. He's walking on eggshells, okay? Because it was a whole lot of mess. And if he's loud with trying to clean up the mess, what can happen is a lot of these people with money, for some reason, they're able, they own the medias. They can flip the black community, because if they start putting out bad, if they got the money to consistently start putting out bad publicity and stuff on you, that makes people start to look at you a certain way. And we all know when people start putting a lie out there, a whole lot, and they got the money to be able to do that, people start to believe it, right? When I look at Paul, he definitely walk on eggshells. Paul got more knives in his back. I got to go and say it. Paul got more knives in his back than Julius Caesar. Okay, a lot of them same politicians that stand behind him, especially those that ran for office, was plotting. I ain't telling you what I'm telling you what I know. They put so many knives in his back because, number one, they was like, well, he ain't never been no politician, so how could he win? But they are agreeing in his face. Well, y'all know we're working with the mayor all the time. They work behind the scenes to try and make him look bad. That's why when people was coming into my chat And they would say, well, you know, Paul Young, this. I'm going to tell you something. I've always been that type. If I rock with you, I'm rocking with you the long way until you prove to me you ain't shit. Okay? I saw what Paul Young's family was doing as far as getting people jobs. Paul and them always held key positions within the city. His sister and him, they was getting folks hired, getting folks city and county jobs. Okay, that's what they was doing. And so I feel like now, you know, when I get to looking at some of these politicians and they say, well, we want them federal dollars. The federal dollars been coming in. When crime is high in a city, federal dollars pour into the city. What are they doing as a deterrence other than pocketing the money? See, you have to pay real close attention to your city council and your county commissioners and your congressmen and all of them. They get these dollars in. How are they delegating it? They don't even tell you about it. So what they do is they'll say, well, we're going to give all of this money to this nonprofit, and this nonprofit. And what they're going to do is they're going to help the city. And then we don't know who the nonprofits are. Oftentimes it is one of their family members that get them a kickback up under the table. That's how they steal. And they still ain't doing nothing for the city. So when people say, well, they're mad at Trump, Trump is saying, well, I tell you what I'm going to do. Instead of sending in the federal, we're going to put the federal dollars and I'm going to send in the military and all and the National Guard and all of them to see if we can get some order. Because all of these millions of dollars that they pushing into Memphis, we don't know what they're doing with the money. So it's a darn shame that you can have Black politicians that came from up out of the hood, just like the rest of us. Some of them even had it harder. And then they get up there and they say they do nothing, they say nothing, and then they steal just like the rest of them. I'm even harder on them. If I grew up in South Memphis and you grew up in South Memphis, and then you get a seat at the table, we elect you and put you in office because the people put them in office, and you get up there and not say nothing. You get up there and not do nothing. And then you take on the same attitude as Pharaoh, because that's what I call a lot of them Pharaoh. When God says Pharaoh got to let my people go. A lot of them are Pharaoh. They keep the people, the poor people, in bondage. Okay? So they get up there and they do nothing. I'm harder on them. I got a problem with you. You know the conditions of the people in North Memphis, South Memphis, Frazier, okay, Raleigh, East Memphis, Whitehaven. You already know the poverty rate in Memphis. Memphis is a majority Black city. Your ass was running around with snot nose and slob and boogers running out your nose. Mama having a hard time in these hoods, and we elect you and you get your ass up there and say nothing and do nothing, and then take on the same characteristics as the people that's been stealing and shit the whole time. I got a problem with you. But the issues is ain't nobody coming together to get these folks up out of here. Okay? We can't even come together for that, because as soon as you get a person, I always say we have to vet our own people. As soon as you get a person, hey, that's not a part of that program, they sure start making them look bad. They start digging up stuff on them, and when they can't find nothing, they're going to lie on them. That's because they're not a part of that system. And so that's why I say we have to fund our own people. If we fund them, then we know they're going to get up there and do what we say do. Because if there's a machine behind them, guess what they're going to do when they get into office? They're going to take care of that machine, okay? And so that's why I say, y'all, ain't nobody got no conviction no more about what they do. When you sit up and listen to some of these politicians, they ask them about crime, they don't say nothing. Crime is a problem in Memphis. Don't they feel some type of way about these Black men and women killing each other? No, what they constantly saying, we want the federal dollars in. We want to get the federal dollars in. They've been coming in. Federal dollars going to any city with a whole lot of crime to try for crime prevention. So they want the federal dollars, but they ain't got nothing in place on how they're going to stop crime. You can't just hire more police officers. Hell, the police don't do their job no more. If they offend the criminals, then they might get fired. So there has to be a renewal of the mind. I say that all of the time, but it's got to start with our community. And that's holding people accountable. If you get into office, we vet our own people. We ain't even supposed to be allowing no politicians to come to us and tell us what they gonna do in our community. Now we supposed to call them to the table and say, this is what we need. Can you do it? This is what we need. Can you do it? And if they can't do everything that we need, then they just ain't the person for the job. But instead, we like to be finessed. Well, the black people, this and that, and we got such pretty babies, and they tell you your teeth and stuff pretty. And so they finesse you. They bring you a bologna sandwich. Okay. They'll come and go to the park and say, well, we're giving out free bologna sandwiches. That's an insult. With the way that our community is suffering, you got the nerve to bring your ass when we ain't seen you in 4 years with some bologna sandwiches? Now we need some jobs. And I ain't talking about no damn jobs that you're going to have your wife to put her temporary service in. Okay? Because that's modern day slavery. We're talking about jobs where, like with Technicolor came into Memphis and was paying was supposed to be paying $20-something an hour. And so when Technicolor came in, they allowed Technicolor to set up a temporary service in there so that they wouldn't have to pay the people, give them no insurance, nor pay them that $21 an hour. Back then, when Technicolor came in, $21 an hour back then, 20 years ago, was a lot of money. It could have been a lot of homes and stuff built and bought based on that. But instead, they let them bring in, the politicians allowed them to bring in, gave them a tax cut, allowed them to bring in temporary services because they get a kickback from them temporary services. Okay? Or they have an interest, it's one of their relatives, and keep the people in bondage. And who's affected by it? Black folks. How long has Memphis had majority Black politicians? For a real long time now, because Memphis is a majority Black city. So why aren't the Black people, if we have majority Black politicians, why aren't the Black people winning? You know why? Because before quite a few of these politicians even get into office, you need to check and see who's giving them money in their campaign. Because whoever's giving them the most money in their campaigns, that's who own them. So that's why I say we have to get together and vet our own person, and everybody gonna have to give $1. Okay? And then everybody gonna have to get registered to vote. And then people gonna have to go and vote. Okay? So we give $1, we can rent some vans. We're going to get the folks, and we taking them to the polls. Okay? So that we can put in our person that's going to help to bring our cities up out of bondage. And it can't be just one person. We got to do it all the way across the board. Okay? Because quite a few people on some of these committees it's got to be almost totally revamped. But it can't happen if we don't come together on one accord and start talking about all, stuff that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Who cares about who coding who if you starving to death? If your sons and nephews and grandsons being gunned down in the streets every single day? Y'all, it's something wrong with that. There has to be a deterrence in place. And that's why I say, when folks sit up and say, well, they bring the National Guard, they're going to give them a curfew. Their asses ought to be in the house anyways. you a failure as a parent if you got a damn 12-year-old son that's out at 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning. You mad because they got a curfew? So I don't have no issues with it. At this point, I feel like we got to give anything a try to see what can cause. We got to have some structure. There ain't no structure in the city of Memphis. There's no structure. They start seeing some of these white business owners when they talking about they billionaire business owners. You know, they got a problem with it that they tell you what kind of business owners that they are. They mad that Trump bringing in the National Guard when they say they millionaire and billionaire business owners. See what kind of business they own. Is it them damn private jails? Because hell yes, they're gonna be sitting up there white and all mad. They for the black peoples too. They business owners. They mad because Trump bringing in the National Guard. You need to see what kind of business they own. Because if it's a private prison, you damn right they're gonna be mad because they need them black boys to keep killing each other so that they can fill up their jails and get their money. Okay? So we got to start opening our eyes. Okay, we go against each other so much, it don't make no sense. Y'all, that spirit of jealousy I know in my city, and let me tell you something. When people talk about Memphis, I get mad and I be talking about Memphis. Okay. Okay. But when people be talking about Memphis, I get mad and I cuss something. But I go, wait a minute now. That's still my, that's my city now. I know that's my city. Let me talk about them because I can talk about them. Because when I talk about them, it comes from a different place. I can't hate a city where I was born and raised and grew up in the hood and then grew up the rest of the part. I mean, I can't do that. So mine come from a place of hurt. Okay. When I talk about all this patheticness that's going on, all this jealousy and stuff that's going on in the city. Okay. And it's pretty jealousy. If Young Dolph's case didn't do nothing else, it brought out that spirit of jealousy that has lingered over our city for a long time, and they put it on a national level where everybody all over the world could look at it and make the damn folks that's doing the shame. Okay, that's the reasons why I don't be scared to call out these Negroes when they do wrong. They was wrong for killing that boy. I ain't gonna change. They know they was wrong. And so when people try to sit their ass on the fence about that, I look at them sideways. Okay? It wasn't nothing right about what they did to him. Just like it ain't nothing right about these black boys consistently losing their lives all day, every day, because they already know there ain't no repercussions. Okay? So me personally, that's right. Lee said, send the money and not the troops. Of course he wants the money. They've been getting money. Crime pays. But the black people that's losing their lives are the ones losing. They feel like it's a damn shame too. They already poor. They don't know nothing about government. They don't know nothing. I ain't got to go in the hood unless I want their vote. And I ain't got to go in because they feel like the people in the hood ain't voting. It's a damn shame to be black and be that far removed from your community. No one damn man or woman could ever rise above the conditions of his people. That's why I can't understand a lot of these politicians. What is going on? How could you be that far removed from a damn community you grew up in? And you still see the people being gunned down, struggling, and all that. Okay, so it's a lot of drugs in the community. Okay, they don't have programs anymore that say just say no. They're not proactive anymore because the money is in being reactive. So they don't ever say don't get on drugs. You don't even see commercials saying don't get on drugs. Okay? That's why I got to get Jessica on this mission with me, because we're going to start promoting it. What they do is they are reactive. Okay, well, if you get on drugs, we got a pill for you to take, because the money is in being reactive. They can't make no money if you're proactive and you're saying, y'all don't do drugs, don't do this, have safe sex, we're going to promote condoms. Well, if you don't get nothing, how they going to make the money? Oh, after you get it, we got something for you. Okay, you can live a long time with AIDS. They don't ever say don't protect yourself really no more. When you catch it, we got something for you. You could take this pill and live a long time. Y'all, what is going on? And we passively just allow them to do that. Okay, how about saying just say no? Don't snout nothing. How about that? Don't snout nothing. Well, if you snout it, we got a rehab for you. We got a pill for you. Okay, because now whatever it is that they got out there, hey, y'all stop. Folks gonna talk about y'all stop. Folks already talks about y'all act bad and stuff. My little dogs. Folks be talking, but y'all have folks talking bad about me. They say y'all bad and stuff. Y'all sit down, be quiet. Okay. So when people, okay, so when they get on the drugs, because like I said, now they putting something out there. When they made drugs, it ain't like what crack was, because we saw it with crack. People was on crack. It tore up the Black communities in the 80s. Okay, but people started to come back around the 90s. All those people, those older people that was on crack, they started to turn their lives around. So now they got drugs out. They made them where you can't recuperate. If you ever decide you're going to get off on, that's why you see folks, they gums and stuff then separated from their damn mouth. Now, I'm not trying to, y'all know I'm telling the truth. They gums and stuff then separated. They gums don't line up no more. They damn gums and mouth be twisted in their mouth. Their mouth be turned all the way around to the back of their damn face. Okay? So they got drugs that do you like that, so that if you ever decide to get off, it fries your brain. It makes it a damn scrambled egg. So if you ever decide to get off, you got to go to some type of rehabilitation center. You can't just decide you're going to go cold turkey. You got to always take another type of drug. That's how they keep the money flowing, right? And they put these drugs right in our community. So how come we're not teaching about having codependent personalities? Because that's what's going on in our community. We have issues, and we all have problems. Because I've talked to y'all about my depressive stages. I went into a depression for 2 years after my dad died. I was just a functioning depressive, but I wasn't on no medicine. Okay. But we don't talk about, though. I went and sat on somebody's couch. Okay. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. I'm gonna promote this, because y'all know in the Black community, we was taught growing up, if you go talk to somebody, you crazy. We was always taught to never go get no help. If you need some medicine, go get on some pills or something. Okay. I didn't have to, because I wasn't going to, but some folks need them. Okay. Some folks gotta have them. But I have my myths about that too. But I started going sitting on the couch on Wednesdays, okay? And I'm telling you, it has done numbers for me. Y'all see how happy I be? I still go, and I can do it virtually now. I talk virtually, and it's the best thing that ever happened to me, okay? Some people just need to get themselves some help. And y'all see how happy I be? I ain't on no Prozac. I ain't on nothing. I'm happy, okay? Because sometimes when you've been depressed, when you have a lot of stuff going on, you can start talking, and then somebody is trained to help you to get through that dark tunnel again. You could be jovial. Okay? but we got to start back being proactive. We got to start back being proactive. I often talk about Memphis and all of the talent in Memphis. It ain't nothing but talent in Memphis. I think about Jessica. Let me pull it. I'm going to show y'all who Jessica is. Memphis girl. Next thing we know, we see Jessica on. And when I first heard her, before I knew she was Memphis, even with Kate Michelle, when I first saw Jessica on Love and Hip Hop, I was listening to her voice. I said, that's a damn Memphis girl. I told y'all, I know I was sound. Okay? I'm getting ready to show y'all Jessica. When I started seeing Jessica here, when she said Jessica down, I was like, oh, I wonder if that's Jessica. If that's the Jessica. If that's the Jessica that be on Love and Hip Hop. I'm going to show it to y'all. Y'all, she pretty.
I'm gonna be buff you hoes. I don't do the fake or the phone. I swear to God, I'm gonna be buff you hoes. Let me go. I'm gonna talk how I want to talk. I can't get my hands on you, bitch. Are you here to support or just like come and check us? Like I don't. I'm sorry. What's your name? I'm Dime P. Jessica Dime.
Okay. Yeah. Y'all saw how she introduced herself. She said, "I'm Dime P. Jessica Dime." Straight out of Memphis.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight she make her last appearance. She's hanging up the stilettos and the G-strings for a career in the music industry. I want to need everybody, get your money out and give it up for Jessica Dime Piece. Money up to here, money up to here, money up to here, money up to here, money up to here.
As a manager, I need to get the people I represent seen and heard by the best. What's up? What's up, Hollywood?
Okay. Shout out to Jessica. She does music and stuff too. And y'all heard her say she's gonna be at my event. Shout out to Jessica. And she's doing other things too, because she has a show now. Jessica has a show now. Right, she had a journey. She used to she used to dance. Then she got into Love and Hip Hop. She got into music. Now she got a successful husband. She married a guy he's from out of Memphis. He played in the NBA and now he's a coach. But she was always down, even on there, she was always down to earth. Very much. Shout out to Jessica. Hey, Antonio Anthony. So, y'all, when we get to talking about the National Guard, Paul said, just don't snort. Don't snort, y'all. Don't snout. They say snout. Y'all don't snout. Just say no, okay? Just say no. Okay? Just say no. Latoya said her mom was a school teacher. I met her stepmother. She just told me her stepmother's mom passed away. She was the mother of the Neely guys. You know, with the Neely's barbecue, Interstate Barbecue. She said her mom just passed away. I met her stepmom. I mean, her stepmother's mom just passed away. I met her stepmom just being in stopped at a nail shop one day, and she was in there at the nail shop looking at Love and Hip Hop, and I asked her, I said, you look at Love and Hip Hop? She's like, my stepdaughter's on there. She was real nice. Rose says she's a very smart woman. I saw do much growth from Jessica Dime. Yeah, she is, and you could tell Jessica's a good person. Like I said, just looking at her on there. And she said, I asked her if she would be in my event. I'm going to get her to speak. So I'm going to get, and And she said, and for the record, I'm saying it for the record, I'm not going to charge you a dime. I said, thank you, Lord. Please, God, thank you so much. I'm going to reach out to some of the ladies that have young girls and young women that are trying to renew their lives and stuff. The YWCA, I think it would be good for Jessica to speak to them. Oh my God, I'm gonna try to have that place, because the place that I'm looking at, the guy wouldn't give it. He wouldn't sponsor it totally. What he did was he gave me a discount. I asked him to sponsor. He gave me a discount. So I'm gonna pay him. Okay, I'm trying to get a date. I've got 3 hardcore sponsors that's gonna give me some money. So I'll be able to pay I got someone, Diane is going to cater everything with her catering company. I'm going to have the event at a beautiful banquet hall. It's in Whitehaven. It's in Whitehaven at the First Memphis Plaza upstairs. And it holds like up to 500 people. Paul Young would be a speaker. Jessica would be a speaker. I get a few other politicians that I mess with. Y'all, listen. I'm gonna invite Steve. I think Steve needs to be there. I'm gonna invite Steve Morrow because he needs to hear the. I think it would be good. He's not gonna be a speaker, but this would not be a time to attack him, but have the opportunity to network with your local politicians, okay? Nola says, Memphis is a city that allows their many celebrities to come and go with only doing a bare minimum for Memphis, with the exception of Dog. Latoya says, I've learned that you can't judge people by the roles they've had to play. I've worked with celebrities. Most are genius, amazing people. Yeah, they get on TV. They know how to work it. Because we got the opportunity to see Jessica's total transformation on Love and Hip Hop. She got married to what's Jessica's husband's name? He played in the NBA. She got married to him. She got pregnant with her children. Okay, so we got the opportunity to see that. Her music career, her transition from the strip club to just totally getting into the industry. I think Jessica has a show right now that's on one of those that's on one of those streaming shows that's on it's not Roku. It might be on the channel that Jocelyn Hernandez has that cabaret show on. Jessica has some show too. Yep, that's her husband's name, Sean Williams. He said she will invite you, Tamara, to her show watch. And she said, I'm always in the bushes. Like I said, shout out to her. Shout out to the producer. Oh God. I cannot. It's on the tip of my tongue. He did Yo Gotti's song. What up? He said, "What up, Memphis? What up?" What is the name of? What's his name, y'all? He pinned my show on his YouTube channel. I mean, on his Instagram that I did with Mr. N. Oh my God, he's a big producer from out of Memphis, y'all. Drama Boy. Drama Boy be in here. Ken said, invite Elon Musk. He is in town. My team and I just had a meeting with him and his team about buying some power transformers. Oh, Lord. Lord have mercy. I need to ask him. So how can I get in touch with him about donating, like being a sponsor of the organization? I don't need him coming in there trying to sell no robots either. Because that's what he do, right? He sell robots. We want people to buy robots. I bet he'll donate. I gotta send FedEx. No, she's not a pushover at all. She is beautiful. Jocelyn was jealous of her because she was pretty and she wasn't. I bet you Jocelyn didn't try to fight Jessica that much either because Jessica fought back. I'm going to interview Jessica. I should have asked her for an interview. Yeah, I have something really big coming up next month. I wish I could tell y'all what it is. I can't. But I will tell y'all after it happens. Yeah, Mr. N is going to be doing something. Mr. N is going to come on and talk about his company. He's working with promoting how you get your money in the music industry. I think that's very that'll be very inspirational. Hold on, y'all. Okay. I think I heard the sweet little pup growling. That's all they do is play and fight and stuff all the time. My mom would be saying all the time, I wish I had them dogs' life. Go and get pampered and get to run around and do whatever they want to do. He has the money. Each transformer total cost is $1 billion a piece. I wonder how can I write his people, because I know he has a team, to ask them to donate, to be a sponsor of the event. He destroying Memphis, but long as that money going to a few, they'll allow it. And you got that right, Nola girl. That's exactly what's going on. That's exactly what's going on. Yeah, hit the like button for me. Make sure you guys please like, share, and subscribe. Lord. Most T companies have community relations that can tell you about. Okay, community relations. Yeah, they do. That you find on their websites. So I'm definitely going to reach out to the community relations department and ask them, tell them about the event, write a letter to them and fax them and ask them if they will sponsor the event. Have sponsorship packages, of course, whereas I'll put up their logos. I'll put their logos on my website. I'll have 3 different packages. Okay. I just got to decide. How much. Of course, they'll be able to donate as much as they want to, but I'll have 3 different packages. Or maybe I should just have 2 packages. Looks like everything is going to work out just fine. I wish Jessica could ask K Michelle to come. K Michelle is she lives in Memphis. K Michelle lives in Memphis. She moved back to Memphis. Yeah, I guess the hackers they're hacking again. I don't know what happened. I guess they got a link to my StreamYard. And I figured they did because when they start hacking, it's somebody that's jealous hearted. What they start doing is they start deleting my subscribers. That couldn't be nothing but a woman, a old hating rotten ass bitch. Okay, a old miserable hating asshole. And if it's a dude, he's a sissy. Okay. Anyways. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get rid of StreamYard. It's too easy for them to get a hacker to hack it. Lord, I gotta put on my turkey wings and my candy yams, y'all. So it's kind of hot. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my seasoning and stuff. And yeah, I found some garlicky cream of mushroom. It is so freaking good. And then I was looking at YouTube. I'm gonna try to do it homemade too. But I'm gonna put that on my turkey wings, season them up real good, and put them on the grill and smoke them. And put my candied yams in the oven. Like I said, I wish I had some greens, but I don't buy glory greens. I don't eat greens out the can. Normally I buy greens and I pay my mom to pick them for me. Because when I pick them, I break them real bad and all that. I will put them in the pot and season them up real good and put my smoked turkey necks in them. He said, there's another channel for you with 1 to 5 people. Yeah, Real Talk with Tamara too. Yeah, Real Talk with Tamara too. Yeah, I think there are people that know how to hack you through StreamYard. That's the reason I'm getting rid of StreamYard, and they get through to your account. The hackers hack you through StreamYard. So that's why I'm getting rid of StreamYard. I've been saying that. I'm going to start using another streaming situation. But I think I'm stuck with StreamYard because I messed around and paid them up for it. When I got it this time, I paid them. They gave me a discount, and I just paid them for the whole damn year. I'll never do that again. So I guess I'm stuck with them unless I can ask for a refund on the rest of the money back. I don't know. Anyways, y'all, I enjoyed y'all today, though. I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. I got some more things that I need to do, child. I need to wash some more clothes. Okay. Yeah. Y'all know I be liking to keep my house clean. Okay. It says, let's go to the Cooper Young Festival. It's gorgeous outside. It is so gorgeous outside. I can't. It is. It's hot though. It's 91. The Cooper and Young Festival be really nice. But I'm getting ready to put my turkey wings on. Look like they're trying to hack into it again. I guess there's somebody that got jealous that, Jessica Dime was into the chat. And they got mad. I'm going to get rid of StreamYard. I am. It's some more streaming services. Or I could just start coming on straight through YouTube. But I don't know how to pull up stuff. Just going straight through YouTube. So, anyways, what y'all get ready to do? Y'all get ready to cook. It's 2:30. Hold on, y'all. I'm looking. Yeah, it's 91. Anyways, y'all, I love you guys. Hey, Miss Carrie. I'm getting ready to get off so I can finish washing and cooking. I'm gonna get ready to season up my turkey wings and put my cream of mushroom on them and put them on the grill. I was ordering from Wayfair and was stunned when someone told me what they were involved in, but thanks for the live. What were they involved in? I haven't ordered. I don't think I've ever ordered from Wayfair. I haven't. I used to look at their site and I used to think about ordering stuff, but I was like, I don't know, because the furniture probably ain't no good. All right, you guys, I can get off of here. Oh, I'm getting ready to. I want you all to make sure that you all support Diane. Okay, y'all know Diane Bowen. She's starting a nonprofit organization. Y'all know that's one of the things I do on the side. Is of course, I mean, I'm doing this on the street. You know, of course, Diane's my girl, so I would never, ever, 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 ever charge her a dime. But even though she's tried, I just will not take it. I'm getting ready to finish up her paperwork for her nonprofit organization, and Diane is getting ready to have a food truck. With Diane's nonprofit organization, she wants to take her truck and go out and set up a couple times a month and feed homeless people for free. You know, so hey, she's the food truck lady. I'm very proud of Diane. With her food truck, you'll be able to like when people have parties now, what they do is they just pay somebody with a food truck to pull up and just service the people. They go to the food truck and stuff. She has a catering business. She's gonna cater my event for December, and the menu, she said, oh my God, everything just, I know the food is gonna be good. So you're gonna be able to eat good. But anyways, you guys, I love you guys. I appreciate you all joining in. Shout out to everybody, all of my subscribers, all of my day ones. I love you all so much. I'll talk with you tomorrow.